Good evening, Spiritual Collective. So tonight when I asked what the Spiritual Collective needed to hear, it was very targeted message. It felt like, again, this may or may not resonate with you, but it may feel narrowed down depending with some of what's coming out. But if it resonates, that's great, and you know what works for you, okay? The first two cards that came out was Work with Angels, Light Beings, and Death and Transformation. So these two cards, working with, specifically, it came out as angels. So angels, light beings, guides that can help you with the death and transformation cycle, bringing a death and a new beginning, a new transforming, an alchemized state of awareness. Again, something has died, something is being transformed. That's most specifically you, but can have other aspects of this sort of energy manifest. Next came out talismanic jewelry. So I'm getting talismanic jewelry that works with these angels and spirits connected to death and transformation magic, okay? Also getting protection, because the next one that came out was mind control, along with bloodline. Mind control, bloodline, crime, organized crime, addiction and substance abuse, dependency. Okay, so you're working with angels and working with beings that help you work through this time of transition. Creating talismans, also jewelry that can help you work with this as well. And also, again, like I stated, protection magic, and maybe some death and transformation magic connected to protection that can help you. Because you are going through a time where you have this mind control and crime, organized crime together. I feel like that's a kind of gang stalking kind of feel. Like people are organized to go against someone because of their bloodline. There's something about your bloodline that's special. Whatever this is, you may have, you may be a descendant from someone powerful. You may also, this may also have to do with also past life, spiritual bloodline. But also getting that there may also be something specific with your blood. I know that some people, myself included, have had issues with blood mutations that were not... I have a story, okay? So I had a blood clot in my brain some years ago, and I did some blood work. You know, you had to go to labs afterward to make sure that, you know, everything was fine. And I got pulled into the room. I was waiting for some time, and then two doctors came in saying that I was the big talk at Stanford because something about my blood. And they said it was mutated. It was a blood mutation. And so I was waiting for them to say whatever else that they were going to say, because it looked like a big deal. But then they didn't say anything other than that. They left it at that, and they didn't tell me, which I wasn't very assertive at the time. I should have pushed the issue, like, well, what is it? But they did not tell me, other than it was mutation. So that was very uninformative. I was very confused about the whole matter. But again, this just illustrates that maybe you have something specific also with your physical blood. Addiction and substance abuse. There's also addictions and substance abuse going on with the people who are doing this mind control, ganging up on you kind of criminal activity. So, I know, like I said, this may or may not really resonate with people, but I am telling you, like, methods of control. I know this is hard to see anyway, but their cards are obviously made. And web spinning a web, a network of, again, this organized crime, this organized stalking thing. Methods of control to control you because of your bloodline. Whether, again, that be This can manifest in different ways, but there's something specific about your blood that has people. I don't know. It's really weird. It's a weird combination. It also obviously feels spiritual. I mean, we're spiritual here, so of course it's going to take that route. But with the death and transformation work here, maybe there's something about your blood that's curing, or maybe can help in health in some way. And then of course, again, you have multiple spiritual bloodlines that you could be a part of. This again is very I said it was going to be a very interesting read, because again, yeah. Yeah, definitely control here. Mind control, methods of control. Definitely some criminal activity. Whether that be recognized as a crime, or it just being criminal in nature. Because sometimes, 10 of crystals. But besides that, you're wealthy. You're doing well. You're surrounded by wealth and beauty. You definitely have, I feel like you have assets in the bank. You have a nest egg. And you've built this over time. Yeah. 9 of Flames. Yeah. You've had to defend yourself. You've had to hold your own. And again, not only have you built this legacy for yourself and for those around you, but it's been a hard fight, a hard battle, and you're victorious. You still hold that torch, but it's like you're constantly defending yourself, constantly. The 2 of Flames. But you're at a space, you're at a place now where you can see the possibilities. You can see beyond. You have the ability, you have the ability to see beyond too, as well, into other realms. So you see possibilities. You see things that could possibly work out for you and how to achieve those, but also into other realms themselves. You have the 9 of Crystals. Okay, very wealthy. You're a very wealthy individual. Or even if it's not like, you may not have a billion-dollar mansion. You may not be, living that large, but you're living pretty comfortably, and you've done quite a bit of it on your own, if not all of it on your own. And you take time to appreciate this. You have a lot of it, but I also too feel that there's also some of this issues with the control and stuff to attack this wealth as well. You may have come from royalty with your bloodline as well. Sage of Crystals, heavy on the crystals, so a lot of wealth. Sage of Crystals. Okay. You not only have wealth and built wealth in the material world, but you also use and see the material world as spiritual. Like, you can use this material realm as a way to connect to the spiritual realm. You're very good at doing this. It's like, it comes natural for you, like sympathetic magic, or it's like the material world is like a portal to the other side for you. So your material wealth is not just material wealth, it's also spiritual wealth in the way that you use it. Seeing that highly. Oh gosh, Ascension and Indigo. Okay, here's that special bloodline. Okay. Also to the next phase. Again, death and transformation. Death and transformation. Again, with a new cycle of ascension. But also that there's something special. Is definitely getting very powerful. When I was talking about how your connection to spirituality, these two cards came together. Yeah, you tap in and use the elements as a connection to the divine, helping you ascend to new levels, helping you change, grow, and manifest on multiple levels. And people want to stop this. People want to stop this growth. But it's your birthright. It's your birthright. This magic that it's in your blood. It's in you. It's within you. It's ingrained within your being. You are the great will. Also getting just universal law. Yeah, this is how it's meant to be. It's almost like destined in a way. It's like this is yours. This connection is again also getting atomic, like, you know, very the very building blocks of the universe, the building blocks of the material world, and even a spiritual world connected to that. Because, you know, you have the bloodline, you have DNA, but then you go further, you know, you were talking about atomic, subatomic level. I'm getting that. But it's yours on that level. And it's that level. This is very powerful. Very, very powerful stuff. But it's protected because you're protected on that level. I'm getting that the protection is on that level because of your power, of your connection. Sometimes it's hard to put this into words because I can picture what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying, but it can be hard to get it out and to say it the right way because but yeah, it's foretold almost. Starseed. Okay, with this beginning and ending. Death and transformation. Rebirth. Transformation. On a molecular, subatomic, atomic level. Okay? That's what I'm getting. This is a big transformation. This is huge. And that's why people want to stop it. And they'll go to great lengths to stop it. To engage in this behavior to stop you. But you've had this battle. Reason. Through it all, you have used reason. You've tried to see things for how they are. I mean, you are aware of the other side. You have connection to the other side. But there's something, when people try to get you into a state, you're able to use reason. You're able to use logic. And you're able to... cooler heads prevail, let's just say. Getting that. But yeah, you have a special kind of magic that's just ingrained within you. Alchemy and solar deity. We've had these cards before. Light beings, solar deity. Oh, maybe also as well with angels, and also find a solar deity to work with. Actual light beings. Light angels. Yeah, we can guess a few of those that you may want to work with. That can help you with that light, with that spark, helping you alchemize and transcend. Again, oh, this is the solar deity. Solar deity. But then helping you alchemize, to transcend, to transmute, to transform. But something must change. So that's that death and transformation. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. All right. 1 second. Very strong reading. Very... 1 second. Sorry, I know I already said that, but there's a lot over here. I'm trying to really get into... Okay. The deck I'm looking for. That's okay. That's okay. You know what? We'll use another deck. That's okay. Sometimes things can get a little chaotic. Thirst. Craving, compulsion, obsession. Yeah, someone's obsessed and they're thirsty. This group of people, they're thirsty for your energy. They're thirsty for your blood. This is a Le Vampire deck. So, yeah. So it's like, you know, the bloodline, blood, vampire, the obsession with you, with your bloodline, with your destiny. It's a destiny. It's like a destiny. Like they're trying to destiny swap, do that by vampirizing on you with this obsessive energy and this mind controlling type of games that they play to get inside your head so that you're leaking energy that they can drink up because they're thirsty for your blood. Jealousy, envy, punishment, changing course. Jealousy. Okay, because they're jealous. They're jealous of this birthright that you have. They're jealous of your wealth. They're jealous of your connection to the divine, how you can transform, how you can transmute, how you can alchemize, how you can transcend, and you know, that you can transform your life and your reality, and that you can build a lot for yourself. Not saying it was easy. That's another thing. A lot of people think that stuff is easy, that it came easy. You actually went through a lot of hard stuff. You went through a lot of hard things a lot of people won't do. And you gained wealth. There's a lot of hard stuff that people aren't willing to do. Maybe you don't share it with everyone, you know? Maybe there was like a lot of things that you gave up early on in your life. And, you know, you were able to amass a foundation because of that. Okay? All right? Don't get me started, because, like, you know, you get like these little comments from people that act like, I had one was like, oh, you just cut all the lines, don't you? No, I didn't cut any lines. I went through some hard shit that you wouldn't even do at your age. I was already done or doing it, and here you are where I'm, I'm just looking at me like I ain't put the hard work in when I have, and then you're being all jealous about it. Okay? No, that's not how it works. Not many people have stuff given to them. I mean, some people do. But even then, what takes work to maintain it if you do have it given to you? But I know I sure didn't. That just irritates me. When people get all jealous. And it's just like, you know what? I don't know. Redemption. Absolution, forgiveness, penance. Redemption. Yeah, they need to redeem themselves. And you may sorry, you may have asked for redemption in the past. You may have changed your ways. Maybe you're a different person. You know. But also, too, I'm getting a lot that they may be wanting to do this in the future for the way they're acting. I don't know. All I know is, don't get me started. There's just some things I'm just like, oh God, again. You don't share everything, so everybody thinks your life like have the perfect life, but you know better, and it's a lot of because of the manipulation that you've had to put up with. You know better. You ain't gonna share everything with everyone, and I guess that just makes them even more thirsty. But oh well. Her last day in the light. Okay. Unexpected ending, surprise changes, sudden shifts. Okay, yeah, with this, oh God, yes. With this whole, like, feeling of, okay, you got Starseed, you got Ascension, which is the world, okay? That's a beginning and an ending. It's a beginning and an ending. You got the transition, death and transition, and working with light beings. Her last day in the light. She's being reborn. She's being changed. She's changing into something else. She will no longer live in the light because she's going to be a vampire, right? So it's her last day in the light. But again, this idea of light beings and of death and transformation. Very interesting. That death will come. Mortal, finite, and fragile. Again, with death. We got this pomegranate that she's drained. That death will come. I'm also getting, like, remember when it was that thirst and that obsession, that thirst, that bloodthirst? Again, sucking the pomegranate dry. But also, that death will come as well. They can't continue going on like this. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. You're committed throughout all that you've been through. Your love of what you do, your love of those close to you, your loyalty to those who have actually been there for you, however few they may be, your loyalty to yourself, your dedication to the spirit, to the universe, to whatever, to whoever you work with. It's that will help sustain you and will allow you to stay victorious. Transgression, flaws, contradictions, mistake. The transgression. They're transgressing against you. They are making a big mistake. A huge mistake. I'm getting messing with the wrong one. Someone this close to the divine. Trying to bring death to something so close to divinity. Not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Okay? Is there any other truths to this? Hidden truths that we need to unlock that are related to this? Key. Oh my God. Okay, so the language I was using when I was shuffling, you heard me, right? When I was going to unlock this, I got a key with rose, passionate love. So, okay, we got key people, core of the problem, and pass. But I'm just saying, okay, key, opening up, okay, and rose, passionate love, thorn, short. Okay, these are just words to, you know. Okay, so we wanted to unlock something. Unlock. Okay. I'm getting beauty. I'm getting growth. I'm getting duality. I'm getting, and then this timing, divine timing. Wrong time, right time, wait. Okay. So, divine timing. We got the key, which is going to help open up what we were talking about, what needs to be opened up. And then we got the beauty card. In divine timing, this will open up and reveal as the rose opens up with this key. Open up and reveal what needs to be revealed, this truth, opening up like a rose in bloom. Again, it's beautiful, but also has thorns. The dual nature of this truth, this reality that you need to see. It's always funny when I'm speaking and then the card comes out that totally is in line with what I'm saying. Empty room, no people, the end, opportunity. So yeah, that there is an opportunity. I feel like people also want in. There's also a door opening, but also the people want in to your space. They want access. Also, you need to keep your mind empty in that regard of people who want in. You need to keep that vacant. There's no, rent-free access for people spending time in your head, which is what they want. Single. Isolation, independent, alone. Okay, so you are an independent person. You've been independent. Some of you are single, but most of you have an independent spirit. You do a lot of stuff on your own. You've done a lot of stuff on your own. You may have spent a long time in your life where you had a long, huge stretch of being single if you're not now. But so you've learned this individuality, this depending on yourself, not really depending on others. And some people don't understand that. So they don't understand this independence. They think that you're full of yourself because you got all this stuff and you're independent. You don't need them. People want you to need them so that they can get in and have access to your wealth and to your bloodline, or the stuff that is coded within you, your wealth that's actually coded. So it could be, the bloodline has multiple meanings I'm getting from that. Oh God, all these came out together. Okay. We've got hidden truth. We've got snake. And we've got pet. And we've got I'm sorry. These all came out together. I'm not sure. I guess I'll take them since now I'm showing them to you. It says hidden truth. So I'm going to take that, the hidden truth. There is a hidden truth. There's definitely a big hidden, something that's actually pretty epic. You have a connection to animals. You're able to, again with the snake and the rebirth, the shedding of the old skin that you're able to do. Again with this room in the back, this open door. This open door. Also, some people acting like snakes who want in that open door, like I was saying, they want to go in and be sneaky, but also too, the snake can also be you as you shed your old skin and do the transforming. But also do get a connection, a strong connection to animals, with the pet. It says a cat, very independent. Of course, this could be you have pets and whatnot, but also to your connection to Bastet, getting a feline gods, goddesses, spirit animals, strong feline. Just going off the image right now that but also that you're independent. You're independent, and you can see the possibilities. You can see this open door opening for you. The hidden truth. Someone's sorry. The unspoken apology. Eternal regret. No. No. Eternal regret. They're going to regret what they did, because when judgment comes for them, it's not going to be pretty. But you are advised to live your life. If you have a dream that you're going towards, go towards it. It's your birthright. Go towards it. You don't want to not follow this, because it is yours. You're supposed to do it, and you don't want to have that regret. You don't want to have to tell yourself that you're sorry you didn't go for it. Because it's epic. It's definitely, there's definitely a lot of wealth here, but there's also a lot of spiritual wealth and a lot of like royal wealth. I'm getting royalty. In different cards of different aspects, I'm getting that. Definitely also too with the bloodline. You may not be living in a castle right now, but maybe ancestors of yours were, or in past lives you were, and that has come down into this life. It's coded in your DNA. But things have held you back. This life has really, you've had a lot of things hold you back, which was that systems of control, methods of control, mind control from different people, different groups of this organized. It's just trying to get commitment, oath, agreement, pledge, and promise. Yeah. This oath that you've made with the universe, with the spirit, a long time ago, before you came into the physical plane, to do this thing that you need to do. You need to stay with it. That's why you feel so bad. That's why you feel, you feel really like just another level of depression when you stagnate too long and you give up on yourself. When you start to feel really like yuck. When you just go through the motions and just live life regularly, like how society wants you to live it, and you're not being true to yourself, you're not following your dreams or your star, that affects you. That really it cripples you. It's crippling. When you do that, it cripples you on the spiritual realm as well, and that's why it's so strong. You feel it so strongly. Street, circulation, stores, exhibit. Exhibit. I feel like with this, it's exhibiting wealth. It's showcasing. Maybe you need to showcase something of yours. People need to see it. A lot of people need to see it. Also, too, a lot of people do see what you already have, even if you don't consider what you have right now great. They see it, and then they get that thirsty obsession, that jealousy as well. Because there's a lot that you have. Right? There's a lot that you have that people covet. Even if you don't think it's a lot, they think it's a lot. And there's something, again, about you, specifically your energy that people want to harness. Reconcile. You may have people trying to reconcile with you, whether that be a true reconciliation or a fake one. But again, also too, with I'm sorry, this now with the reconcile card, someone may be wanting to say I'm sorry and reconcile with you, because they are going to feel sorry eventually for their behavior, because it's just so, it's so wrong. Okay? Another card. Breakup, walking away, separation, or ending. But for many of you, you're like, no, I'm going to walk away from this kind of behavior. I'm going to get away from this kind of, these people that are doing this. And this could be a significant other. But it also could just be people in your life that you're walking away from. Definitely an ending coming up in any way, shape, or form, because of this transformation that you're going through. It's a big one too, because of how many times like this cycle, this ending and beginning comes up, and it comes up together. Okay? Definitely getting that. Definitely getting that it's very big. But you're walking away from all the things that don't do it for you, as you should. You need to focus on yourself. You need to focus on who you are and what that means to you. You don't have time for people acting stupid. Gift yourself. Oh God. Okay, see the image, right? You see that? Mm-hmm. So then there's this image right here with the chest of crystals. The chest of crystals here. Okay. Definitely. You have treasure. There's treasure in your life. There's treasure inside of you too, obviously. But also this is manifesting in your outer reality. You have a lot. And you may not even always recognize it, but you probably do. You probably do know that you have a lot to be grateful for. But this is just really bringing it home. Like, hey, you do have really beautiful treasure at your disposal, at your within your reach, within your life, in your vicinity. Stop pushing and striving. Again, when you stop going for what you want, when you put things on hold because of either other people or because you lose hope, because you feel like, people do get into your head, and and then you have these negative thoughts, and then you start holding yourself back. Don't do that. Stop pushing and striving. Okay? Stop not only holding yourself back, but also pushing the way you think it should happen, the way you think it should work out. No, it's not happening, but it has to happen this way. This is not how it works. Message from the third eye. And feel, don't think. Okay, so when you're starting to push and striving and getting that feeling of like, oh, it's not happening. Oh, this isn't how it's supposed to be. It's not going according to plan. Then you need to feel and don't think. Don't think about it, but you can feel. You can feel your emotions and feel through that. Finding your inner strength through, okay, yeah, the heart center, your heart connected to your brain, because there are neurons actually in your heart. So there is that heart, that's that brain heart connection. Okay. So something about that. But that's where you're going to find a lot of strength in that, when you sit with your feelings. Sit with just actually, and also sit with your feelings, but also sitting and feeling your energy and how strong your energy is. Just feeling how strong you are when you're alone in your aura. How strong that is. Message from the third eye. Yeah, you'll get a lot of strong visions. You'll get a lot of a lot of clarity this way through that. But also just thinking back to this card as well, with the Great Wheel. But for some reason, I feel like these two are connected in some way. The outer and the inner world. The micro and the macro, right? Definitely a connection there. You're doing well. You're doing well. You have gained a level of independence in your life that has helped you move forward. And while people get obsessed with this, or people get in their head about this, you just need to move forward and be true to yourself. Don't worry about what others think or say about you. Just keep moving forward, because you don't need them. Again, separate yourself from these people in any way that you can. Like say it's hard to not deal with them because they're in a situation that you have to be in. If that's work or school or home, or try not to make it your home life. Try to get out of that situation. But, you know, there's situations where it's a little harder, but you can distance yourself as much as possible. You really can. You can distance yourself emotionally and physically as much as you can. Okay? That's the best thing you can do for yourself. Okay, the guidance here, you will be gaining a lot of guidance when you, and you have access to a lot of guidance here because of your strong connection, your strong spiritual connection. But also your added guidance is to play and to listen to self. So take time to play, to let loose, to do things you enjoy, to rejuvenate yourself, and also listening to yourself. That's the guidance that we're getting. Yeah, again with energy work too, when you're sitting and listening to yourself, you're gonna feel the energy within you and around you, how strong you really are. You really are strong. I feel like, you know, there's a trend on this channel with messages, obviously, that we deal with a lot of haters and a lot of, I think a lot of spiritual people just naturally, spiritual creative people and also spiritual creative people have to deal with this. And so, but it keeps coming up, right? You need to change your perspective. Again, don't fall into victim mentality. That can happen when you feel like you do have, when you do feel as if you are being ganged up upon or being manipulated. Nobody likes being manipulated. So that can cause a certain, you know, and again, you know, you're definitely right to feel that way, but don't dwell there. Don't get stuck there. Don't be a victim. Because that's, well, one, that's where they want you, and you're not a victim because you are strongly connected to the divine. Again, your birthright. This is why another reason why they hate on you so much is because it's your birthright. Here they are, addicted to substances, being jealous, haters, not being successful, being lazy and blaming other people for their issues, and seeing you and you're a scapegoat. You know, they could be working on themselves, but they'd rather obsess over you and try to drag you down instead of building themselves up, which is what they should be doing. But your perspective needs to just be on focusing on yourself first and seeing them for what they truly are, which is sad and pathetic. They have choices too, and they're not making those choices. Again, you did a lot of hard stuff that they aren't ever willing to do. And that says something about them. This family, this bloodline, look, he's looking up, or the dragon's looking up at the star constellation dragon. Your family is divine lineage. You have a strong connection to divinity, and this shows up in your energy and in your blood. Okay? Divine bloodline. Emergence. Okay, you're emerging out of this. This is a cave, but I'm also getting like a tomb in this for me right now. Almost, you know, emerging from a tomb with light, and you're emerging out. You're being reborn. You're emerging. You're new again with this death and transformation. Constantly death and transformation. You constantly do this. This is within you. You can constantly die and be reborn. Die and be reborn. In this physical life, in this life, you are constantly changing. A lot of people don't change that much. I mean, people change, but they don't change as much as you change from the ground up multiple times. It's also cyclical as well. You do this constantly. Constantly changing, constantly growing, constantly evolving, constantly ascending. But you have to die to your old self to do that. And some people, they don't know how you do it. But that's, you just keep going. You have goals and you take action. Oh my, that is crazy. These two cards came out together. Same dragon, right? Goals and action. This is how you do it. This is what we're talking about. They don't know how you do it. And then I pulled this. And this is you. It's the same dragon. So this is you with your goals. And you're taking action on those goals. That's how you do it. That's how you transform. Also looking at this bright light. Light deities. Light spirits connected to this transformation. Following your star. Taking action on that. Okay. I love it when things like that happen. Oh. That's so great. But that's exactly how you do it. Wow, this and people don't think that this, oh, don't get me started. People don't really think that card readings are really a communication, but they are. Research and your purpose. You need to do some research is that the same dragon? It is. Okay, research for your goals and taking action. You also need to research your purpose. Okay, your purpose. You're following your purpose too. And your purpose is so strong, it guides you. Take action with researching on your goals. There's some things that you need to research that are applied to your goals. Certain modes of that apply to what you want to do. Research that. This is definitely all related here. Yeah. Your purpose. That's what you have. You have a strong purpose, and that's what keeps you going. And it's within you. And it always will be. You're connected. You're connected. And people are going to think whatever. They're going to come at you like however, but you'll always ascend. You'll always transform. You'll always be a step ahead because you have this power, and they don't. So, with that being said, follow your dreams, take actions on your goals, and transform and